All right, the Maple Leafs going to take on the Capitals. This one starts at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with this special schedule tonight. Uh, Wall is definitely confirmed to be in there tonight for Toronto in this one. Get my goalies up here. I've fixed my goalie computer so I don't crash anymore during the show, but boy, you guys, there we go. Oh, God. If I could master these computers, um, maybe it's passed me by. All right, Wool will make the start. He's got a 1.68 goals against average so far this season. Toronto coming in at 3-2. We've made fun of Washington so far with their 1-2 record coming into this one, and quite frankly, they just haven't looked very good. So for Toronto so far, they're not covering puck lines, that's for sure. Both teams have been a big money burner, and we're just because anytime that Thomas is here, I like to just say the word money burner because I'm sure he's giggling every time I say it. So far, Washington's given up over 3.5 units so far this season, and we just started. Maple Leafs are already down 3 units. Both these teams haven't looked very good. Washington's gone under in 3 of their 4 games so far this season, and I would. To me, it feels like I don't really want any part of Toronto in this one as a road favorite. What is the current price? I don't like either team, but we got a million games, so we might as well play them. Play them. Play. We're gonna make free picks here, of course. They're up to $1.70 or so still, I think, is what we're looking at. Listing $1.65 on the screen. The total 6.5, definitely juiced to the over. So, in fact, why don't we look at that total? I think here for me, um, this price with look. I don't know if I necessarily can get involved with Toronto right now, even against Washington at this price. I would probably be more apt to want to take a puck and a half with the Caps. I'm not satisfied right now with the way Toronto has looked out of the game. I'm definitely, Washington. I don't know. Look. Chicago and or Arizona have made improvements. Has Ovechkin even taken a shot on goal yet? I'm kidding now at this point, but um, hello to Oliver Wendell Douglas here today. Here's Brent Cook is going to take the Capitals here, but Fernando is going to take the Leafs. Capitals plus 1.5 minus $1.60 might be a little bit more attractive to me, but for me, let's go with. I'm going to take the over in this one. Look, the series is 5-1-2 to the over. Oh, Fernando, just right when I said it, but that's okay. Just I want you to put your plays in. Uh, the series 5-1-2 to the over in the last 8 meetings. Toronto's been going under dating back to last season. No indication necessarily this season with a 2-2 record to the on the totals, but Washington they've won just 8 of their last 32 games dating back to last season. And for Toronto, they actually have won 8 of their last 10 on the road dating back to last season, but not at this price for me. I don't know if I can get on Washington as a premium, and I don't know if I would want to give them out to you guys here, but I'm leaning Washington. I'm going to give out the over because, that's a little bit cheaper on the juice, too. I want to give you the best play that I think here, and I don't want to lay a bunch of juice on the show with you. I'll do that in my own pocketbook. So let me take the over here with the Maple Leafs and the Caps in this one. Caps have been going under a little bit. They're not really scoring much at all at this point, but I'm gonna take the over here. Caps lost at Montreal 3-2. They lost at Ottawa 6-1. They also, in their last two games that were on the road, Victor says over. All right. Keep it moving here. Yeah, no, I can't do it, Victor. No way. I cannot do it. Not at this price. Not the way the Leafs have looked. And I was wondering, if I should. I've already got the Caps rated last in the Metro, but do you have the Caps over teams like Montreal? I'd almost move Arizona and Chicago above all those bad teams right now. Arizona and Chicago might be ahead. They're certainly better, probably than uh, San Jose and Anaheim, right? Are they better than Washington? Yeah. Are they better than Columbus? I don't know. And are they better than my Habs? Probably. Are they better than Buffalo? Chicago and Arizona on the move, right? So, but Maple Leafs right now, Caps are terrible, right? I have them right there at the bottom. So anybody who wants to know my rankings, and I think I need to update. I haven't looked in a day or two, but these are always going to be my rankings, not the standings. And I need to make a better, back thing, but I'm not good at that. But I want to have my little old school standings board there that I found on Amazon. That's going to have my rankings all year. I'm going to get an NBA one coming in here in the next day or two. We'll find a spot, put them right there. All right, so you can always have my rankings there at any time, and you can just blow it up maybe. Those are my rankings right there in the NHL. All right. Anyways, give me my play right there. We'll take the over in this one. Let's move on with the fifth. Actually, so that first game, probably because they'll have like a little introduction or something. But I said every 15 minutes except for the end. But the first game actually has a 30-minute interval before Anaheim and Columbus with Gibson here, I would guess, going up against. Where's the graphic?
Final.
Gibson here going up against Elvis, who's in the building tonight, and the Blue Jackets minus $1.45, 6.5, and we'll juice it up at minus 115. Maybe a little bit of a move here to the over in this one with the Ducks and the Blue Jackets. Wouldn't you know it? Okay. All right. In this one with the Ducks and the Blue Jackets today, you have the Blue Jackets here. The price pretty much was right there the whole time. And, talk about the little standings. But these are, two poorly placed teams right now. The Ducks, certainly, I have them next to last in the Pacific. I got Columbus last in their division or next to last, whatever it is. So obviously two subpar teams here. We don't spend too much time on this one. I think I know where I want to go. It's just a matter of where you guys want to go in this one with the Ducks and the Blue Jackets. Anaheim comes in just 1-4 so far. It's been a good start for the Blue Jackets. I probably need to move them up, but is it just I don't know, a lucky start to the season, a good start to the season so far? They've won their only road game, and they're a pretty considerable favorite here. Now, interestingly, Columbus has won, dating back to last season, 18 of their last 26 games as a favorite, despite the fact that they have lost 42 of their last 60 games overall, dating back to last season. Anaheim's been pretty much dismal for the last year and a half. They've lost 83 of their last 111 games. I can even figure that out. It's 28 wins and 83 losses. So these two teams have combined to go 3-7 to the under this season. I don't know if that's the way this one's necessarily going to go. I feel like it's more apt to go over. Now, Anaheim has gone under in 4 of their 5 games so far this season, and 2-6 to the under dating back to last year. And I'm pretty sure that, I don't know. 6.5 over. I mean, you can't get much higher for a game like this. I bit the bullet last night and tried to go over with those bad teams, the Canadiens and Sabres, and well, that didn't work out. But I want to report to you right now. Maybe you heard it in the background. As I'm going to try to leave that, um, that line service move there. The Columbus Blue Jackets just got steamed. Check out your lines right now. This is why we're on the show right now, and this is what makes our show different and special than all the others is live actionable information. The Blue Jackets definitely got steamed just moments ago. I don't know. I probably could even show you it, but here it is on the move. I'm showing $1.50 now at Bovada. Definitely the books are lighting this one up with Columbus right now, and I like Columbus in this game. Darren says he likes Columbus and under. I like Columbus. Fernando leans the Ducks. Victor says, how about the under, Ramon? What do you think of that one? I don't like the under. I like the over. I'm just deciding which one maybe to give out here. I like this game pretty strong, both side and total. So I better give out the Blue Jackets here, laying a bit of a price as a free play, especially now that it's getting steamed. Maybe I won't give out. I don't want to give out $1.60 with Columbus to subscribers necessarily at that price now that it is getting steamed. So I will take. Darren says only $1.46 right now at FanDuel. So that would be not bad. That would be not bad at this point, considering, like I said, this one looks to be on the move right now at least 3 books that I follow here on the show. With all the computers open and all my notes on one, I don't have the full odds screen up, but I do look at one, what I like to say, what representing one each. So to me, I've got Circa, I've got DraftKings representing the big U.S. books nationwide, and then I look at South Point or Circa for the Vegas angle, Bet Online for the online for the offshore, and DraftKings for the U.S. books. Darren says he will buy this one up and take it under 7.5. Okay, I'm going to give out the Blue Jackets here. Like I said, just got steamed moments ago, right here while live on the show. Stars, Senators. Was that right? Sabres, Senators. Just look, it's right there in front of you, Ramon. Sabres and Senators. Let me check the goalies on this one. I think we may actually have for the Sabres. It might be this might be a different goalie matchup entirely. Let me take a look here at all 3 of my reporting sites to see, and maybe you guys can give me what you think on the goalies here in this one with Buffalo and Ottawa. As I'm showing that it's right now, maybe okay, I'm going to go with Luukkonen and Korpisalo. It could be Devin Levi in there for the Sabres today. No. Luukkonen is likely here. Luukkonen is likely here for the Sabres, and I am going to go with Korpisalo for the Senators. It looks like he's getting the call on more sites right now. One site listing Forsberg, Daily Faceoff listing Forsberg with the line services, and that's there are a few that you look at. So I'm going to say that Forsberg, Korpisalo for me looks to be the one here. Ottawa off to a good start, 3-2. They played 4 games at home so far with a 3-1 record coming in, so a little bit beneficial there. Note Ottawa's gone over in all 4 games so far this season, but Buffalo's gone 1-5 to the under thus far this season. Now, this has been a total home-dominated series for Ottawa, and, well, I'm sure that they'll be able to get it here today. And quite frankly, I think this is great value here on Ottawa. Now, let me see. They did take a bunch of steam. I got to update this. Yeah, it's not $1.55 anymore. Did you guys? I haven't even looked at the chat. Are you guys laughing at me at this point? This is up to $1.85 here with the Senators, and I like the Senators. Can I get on them at $1.85? I probably could. I don't think it's not like a baseball game. You guys probably could play the Senators here, even at this increased price in the today. It's my pick. Just wondering how I can get on this here. Will I lay it? Do I want to lay a puck line here at plus $1.35? Um, I'm going to take the Senators here on the show, on the money line. Look, when I recommend a money line play here, I want to win. I want to win for you guys. I want to have a good play. I know we're laying a bunch of chalk. The puck line's good too. If you don't want to lay a money line, lay the puck line. Yeah. Is there more risk involved? You need that goal. You want to split it up? You could do that too. You could probably get -1 at minus $1.50 if you kind of mesh the two together. If you have a book that offers -1.5, well, that's fine too. And I probably could take a look at that for you. But remember the way to get -1.5, and you can alter the money a little bit on one way or the other. But just put half your stake or 3/4 of your stake on the money line, and then put a quarter of your stake on on the puck line, and there you end up with -1. So I'll just give out the Senators here in this one. And, well, if it's going to be 7, I'm out of principle, I might be on the under. Here's Sabres, puck line here. Remember, like I said, with that total, yeah, sure. Ottawa's going over, but Buffalo, 6 games, 5 unders so far for Buffalo, including last night's game where I tried to go over. Buffalo got the win. They're the ones on the back-to-back here, too. Don't forget. So Darren says now he likes Ottawa too, but he thinks that steam has just taken all the value. I agree with that. If I were to go on here and say, I would not come on here and say Ottawa's the value. Ottawa is not the value. I'm playing Ottawa and I'm going and, probably. Here's the thing though, for me, like when something's priced. This game has gotten steamed, by a lot of people for a this game's taken a lot of action, whether or not it was an organized move, if you will, when a lot of money comes in the market from betting syndicates. They say syndicates. You know how there's teams of bettors now. They're all pooling their money and different things like that. This is serious stuff. But they've made that price go up. If anything, the value's on the Sabres. But I'm not worried about value in this one for me. I'm taking the Senators in this one. And I guess I'm leaning under. But, oops, wrong game there. I think Darren was talking the last game there on that. But I'm going to play the Senators here. All right, the Hurricane is going to take on the Lightning. And I think we got a goalie adjustment that I've got to make here off of these. I got up pretty early to do all these lines today, but looks like Frederick Anderson to me in there in this one, so I better update that. I think most of the sites showing Frederick Anderson in net. And the price here currently now with the Hurricanes on the road, they're up to $1.25 or $1.30 even at one very square offshore book. So let's call it 125 and 6.5 here currently, with the Canes and the Lightning. All right. And in this one, both teams come in with a 500 record right now. Carolina 3-3. Tampa Bay, they've scored points in 4 of 2 of their 4 games with a couple of over. Let's see, were they shootout wins? Oh, darn it. There's a lot of games today. I'm having some finger issues here. Maybe I'm just getting old. All right. Carolina's gone over in all 6 games so far this season. Tampa Bay's gone over in 3 of 4 games so far this season. But this series is a dead solid under for the most part. 18 of the last 26 games have gone under with 2 pushes. And um, I don't know. It feels like this one would be the one to start coming back on the under. I'm not sure. Maybe that might be the wrong call here in this one, but I guess I could lean Carolina. I really want to play this under. I just don't know if anybody believed me with all these overs these 2 teams have played this year. Nice to see you today, Tone. Might be behind on the video, but or he's just making sure he gets his play in there. So I see it. Appreciate you very much, sir. Brent says, give me the Hurricanes and the Taiwan. I'm leaning Hurricanes too, Brent. I don't know if I can get over the top yet on it. And maybe I should here. Okay, you know what? I might have to just, blurt it out here before I have any regrets. Because I do want the under in this game. It's just so hard because, everything reeks of over with these 2 teams for sure. With Tampa Bay, they just lost to Toronto 4-3 in overtime. They beat Vancouver 4-3. They had a road game at Ottawa. They lost 5-2. They lost to Detroit 6-4. They even beat Nashville at home 5-3. All the games have gone over. It seems like for them, which hasn't been the case. But for Carolina, it has been the case. Carolina's gone over in every game so far. Listen to how many goals have been scored. Every game so far this season has been 8 goals, and it's only gone higher. First game of the season, 8 goals. Second game of the season, 11. Third game, 9. That was against Anaheim. 9 goals in a game against San Jose. 11 goals in a game with Seattle, and 10 goals in a game against Colorado. Carolina cannot stop the bleeding at this point. But I just I want to think that they have to turn that. They have to not do this tonight. I want to go under. I'm going to give it out I'm probably going to give it out as a free play. Nobody believe me if I gave it out as a premium. And again, I can't sit here and report any stats other than this, and this is a big one for me, is that, when these 2 teams have met, they've been going under. And it's not like these are infrequent opponents. These are teams that play, semi-frequently, certainly. Last meeting was 4-0 Tampa Bay here back in March. Carolina also won 6-0 back in March in Tampa. But the 3 meetings last year are 7, 6, and 4 goals. Okay, I'm going under. I'm giving it out on the show. Like I said, these 2 teams meet. Here's the thing: like, you expect more from, Anderson, right, than you do from Ranta. Here, the thing so far for the Hurricanes is when Anderson's been in goal, they've won them both. Without Anderson, they're 1-3. So he's got an 85% save percentage. Not great so far because Carolina obviously is having some issues. Maybe they're the team that's a little bit too highly ranked at this point. We're going to have to move them maybe down a little bit if this is going to be the case. I mean, we know how they were last year, but something's amiss to a certain extent. I'm not ready to get on them just yet, but I am interested that, Fernando liked them, and I'm bleeding Carolina. Is it 10 cents too high? Maybe that's the problem. So give me the contrarian under in this one. I'm going to be that guy today. And please come in here and make fun of me. What were you thinking, Ramon? Take a look now with the Devils and my Canadiens. And my Canadiens yesterday, we tried to go with them here on the show, and it didn't work out. Thought it would be a better spot for them, but now they quickly return back home, cross the border from Buffalo to host the Devils. All right. Here we go with this one. Devils, obviously a huge favorite here. 220, 6.5 over 20 in this one for the Devils, favored on the road. Look, it's been a good start for Montreal. They got the win. The win. What am I saying? They got the win last night. What am I saying? Loss. They beat Buffalo. That was the thing. We gave them out on the show. Oh, I lost on the total premium total. That's what it was. I went over as a premium, but we did give out Montreal on the show. They get the win 3-1, and I'm happy. I'm excited. I mean, if I've got my Habs, already with 3 wins. Now let's check out the goalie situation here. I do have some concerns here. Yeah, okay. Is it going to be Jake Allen? Probably. It is what it is. I mean, I'm happy with, I'm happy with Jake so far. I'm happy with all the goalies so far for Montreal. I'm pleased, and I'm ready to, think this is a great start for the Habs. Brent says he Devils money line, but he can't play it at that price. But that's the only way he'd go. He would only lay off. See, that's the difference. Brent is a little more, disciplined than I am. I can't let it go. I'm always gonna, say, hey, if the price is too big on one team, then give me the other team. I love the way Montreal is going so far. New Jersey's owned this series. That's a problem for me. But on a free play, I'm probably going to go with, Brent said, price is too high, then give me the dog. Give me the dog. Give me Montreal plus a goal and a half, minus $1.25 here. Yes, on the back-to-back. New Jersey's won 11 of the last 14 meetings between these two. New Jersey's won 21 of the last 29 meetings in Montreal, dating way back. Not a lot to, say for Montreal other than the fact that this is a really good start. Jake Allen so far, he has the 2 victories. He has a 93% save percentage. Really doing well. He's kind of established himself a little bit ahead of Sam. Talked about the goalies yesterday. Let me look at that. Is that right? Is Allen? I want to look at all the sites here. I want to make, I don't think we know just yet. So, yeah, maybe they're starting to lean towards Montembeault. I'm willing to go with it. I mean, I'm playing the spot here for the most part. Maybe I'm even playing the momentum. Yeah, more of the sites are saying Sam at this point. Let's put him in there. I'm not, I'm not trying to sound like I have regret. I'm still taking Montreal, whichever goalie's in there tonight. Look, is Jake playing a little bit better than Sam? Yeah. Is Jake maybe even a little bit better than Sam? Maybe his, prospects are better than Sam's. So Sam just a 89% save percentage. Still going Canadiens here. Fernando says he's going to lay the Devils here in a parlay. I just hope that Montreal can finally get something together for just one season. Come on, turn this situation around. It's been, I don't know, been 30 years since we've been good, it feels like. So that's one of my teams. I say we. I like to have fun. Let's take Montreal here. Again, we're going back with my Habs. This is a homer pick. Not necessarily. I like what's going on. New Jersey 2-1. Let's give them credit. They've gone over in all 4 of their games so far this season. I'm I'm thinking under here tonight, possibly. Might even make my premiums. New Jersey strong as a favorite going over. Last 21 games, 15-5-1 to the over as a favorite. And Montreal, dating back to the end of last season, of course, we know they didn't. They didn't make uh, the playoffs. So, but they've gone as an underdog. 6 of the last 8 have gone under. But I'm leaning over that it's a pretty good candidate for a premium on this card. I might have 7 premiums right now. May whittle it down to 5, but there's too much action going on to lay off one of my best sports. Stars and Penguins with Odinger and Yari, I believe, is what we're looking at. I think everybody's on the same page in this one right now with the goalie situation. Let me just check. Yeah, I think we are. Dallas off to a great start so far with a 3-0-1 record. Pittsburgh, just 2-3 thus far, but 1-1 at home. So the Stars on the road here, favored $1, maybe even $1.15 or $1.20 now at this point. This one creeping up a little bit for Dallas. This series has gone under in 12 of the last 16 meetings between these two, and well, I would think that that's where this one might be headed again. In fact, as we've been on the air here, there has been some reported steam come on both the Dallas Stars and the under. The line services are reporting steam on Dallas and the under. Let me see. One of those just kind of came in within the last, while we were on the air, I think is the way I would put it. It was just as we were about to go on the air, the steam came in on Dallas, and that's why it's pushed this line up to maybe even as high as $1.25 at some spots currently. So Dallas has been on the move here a little bit this morning. And as far as that total is concerned, it's going lower, maybe even lower than. Let me at least. I'll leave 620 maybe up there, but it feels like that steam has taken it actually uh, considerably lower at this point. So that's where I'm going with this one. I'm going to take the under with the Stars and Dallas as my play here on the show. Like I said, 12 of the last 16 meetings have gone under. Pittsburgh has gone under in 3 of their 5 games so far this season, but 8 of their last 11 dating back to last season. And Dallas, they're already 1-3 to the under this season. They're dating back to last season, 2-6 to the under in their last 8 games as a favorite. And with Ottinger in there already looking like he's in form, 94% save percentage in his 2 victories so far this season. For Yari, he is 1-3 with an 89% save percentage. And for me, I'm gonna try the under here in this one in Pittsburgh. Let's see, got a couple plays here from you guys. Brent's on the Penguins, and it looks like Fernando's on the Penguins. And well, for me right now, not sure I'm ready to even make a proclamation here. Maybe my lean is Penguins if you guys are at this point, but not sure I'm ready to make Dallas look pretty good, no doubt, so far. And the Sharks are going to take on the Panthers. Looks like Blackwood and Bob in there in this one. Make sure of that. Okay. Okay. Maybe not. Let's update these. Let me take a look at some of these sites right now. We definitely have more conflict on this one than maybe on some of the others with the Sharks. Let me take a look. Want to make sure I get this information right for you guys. I know it takes a little extra minute or two, and the news kind of breaks while we're here sometimes too. That's why this show is important, and the timing of the show is important. Okay, Anthony Stolar is definitely confirmed in goal here for the Panthers, and I'm gonna switch to Schmid. I'm gonna switch to Akira Schmid. This one feels like a 50-50 for me, actually, at this point, between uh, Schmid and Mackenzie Blackwood.
Final.
So, just going to have to try to maybe play this one by ear. But Stolarz looks like he's definitely confirmed. Look, it's been a bad start for San Jose, no doubt about it. Right now, with their 0-4 record, Florida has a 2-3 record thus far. Florida has won 17 of the last 22 meetings between these two clubs.
Final.
All right. Oh. All right. Also, covering a little bit of the season so far, Florida started their season out on the road and they lost their first 3 games, and then they were able to pick up a win against New Jersey. They've since returned home. They beat Toronto. They lost to Vancouver. For San Jose, their only win came against Colorado in that, or their only points anyway, came against Colorado in that 2-1 shootout loss. They were able to grab a point from there so far. But both teams been pretty bad. They've been giving away money. Florida, despite a 2-3 record, they are down already 3.25 units, while San Jose also down 3.25 units, both with 5 games so far this season. Florida 2-3 on the puck line, and San Jose also pretty bad on the puck line, 1-4 so far. So, boy, this one's pretty ugly. Is it 7? Let's see here on this total right now. Total currently for this one, I'm showing both 6.5s and 7s at this point. Boy, this one's ugly, huh? All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just lay this puck line. What is it? That can be too ugly. Here, the Sharks struggling so bad at this point. We'll lay it up to $1.20 on the puck line here. This one, not liking this game too much. Don't think we'll make a premium in the total either. But Penguins. Oh, that was that other game. Sorry about that. Here's the Sharks on the money line. You almost got it, Fernando. I mean, I almost want to too, in a way. I might be flipping a coin a little bit more in this one. Here's the Sharks for Brent. And look, I've been on the Sharks once or twice so far. The Avalanche are going to take on the Islanders here with Gurdjieff and Sorokin currently listed. These are coming a little bit more, we see all these matchups might be a little slow go on getting the goalies right. Sorokin is definitely in there as far likely to start, according to the beat writer here. He is in the starters crease at the morning skate. It is reported currently. So looks like Sorokin returns for the Islanders tonight. Colorado, of course, coming in, hottest team, best team maybe in the league with that 5-0 record, including 3-0 so far on the road. And for the Islanders, hey, they've won a couple of games so far. Good on them. This doesn't look like a terrible situation necessarily for the Islanders today. The line currently in this one, probably $1.45, seems pretty fair. But I will note that I've got to change the total for sure. It looks like I'm showing a lot of 5.5s. I'm showing mostly 5.5s. Wow, 5.5s over. I mean, this thing's like dipped a whole half a goal. So they're expecting with Sorokin maybe returning in there, and with Gurdjieff just continuing to be so solid, not only last season but this season as he continues to be, one of the best. I guess Gurdjieff's going to be. He's been in there in every game so far. Do they even have another goalie on the Avalanche? Now he is unconfirmed, but so far with a 94% save percentage and a perfect 5-0 record, I'm sure that Islander puck line price is probably a little too high for me to want to get involved. I mean, I want to find a spot for the Islanders here. Oh, that's minus 210. They can't win them all, can they? I kind of want to lean Islanders here. I want to take an underdog at home. Brent's going to do it. Hello to Nicholas Handy here today. Brent's going to do it. I have a tendency to trust Brent. We have Sorokin. He's got a 91.5% save percentage. He has a couple of wins so far. I'm going to end up doing this. I'm going to end up taking the Islanders in this one. Okay, they beat Carolina. Jury's still out. It looks like a good win on paper. Still wondering about Carolina. They shut out Chicago. All right. Chicago's not that great at Lazula. And Fernando on the Islanders, too. I got no choice. I'm on the Islanders. Still trying to figure out how I can make a consensus product and make sure I don't get it wrong. This feels like it would be a consensus pick here. I'm on Islanders. Fernando's on Islanders. Brent's on Islanders. I think we get 3. That can be a consensus. But I'll try the Islanders against the 5-0 Avalanche here. Colorado's won 47 of their last 57 games on the road. And Colorado, I will say this. For all the success that Colorado has had over the years, recently, still a great team. The Islanders, I like the Islanders. They're probably in my top. They're probably, if I like half the teams half the time, the Islanders are in the top half. Brent says, okay, you guys want me? So I'm trying to convince you guys or, give out the one thing going in this series that is very interesting because you're trying to take a dog is the Islanders have won 13 of the last 16 times against Colorado on the island or wherever they play today, wherever they play now, at home. Islanders 13-3 against Colorado. That's pretty good. If you're looking for an underdog, you can do worse than finding a trend like that. Islanders won 2 games at home already, 7 of their last 10 at home dating back to last season. And I predict that the Avalanche will not go 81-0 this season, and I'll take the Islanders here. That'd be 3 wins for the Islanders, break them up. And they actually haven't been covering puck lines so far. Colorado, 5-0, 4-1 on the puck line. That's impressive. The Kraken on the road against the Red Wings. Free NHL pick here for Tuesday on the Frozen Frenzy. Should have been covering these game times, but remember, after the first ones, they're all starting every 15 minutes. If you're just joining us, today's an interesting day in hockey where all the games are starting approximately 15 minutes after each game, one game after another. And tune into ESPN. I think it's tune into ESPN Plus at 6 p.m. for those first three games. The Toronto game's on for a half an hour, and then they come in with Anaheim, then Buffalo. And then at 7 p.m., I believe they're moving that programming to ESPN2. And it's Butchie Gross and an analyst and everything. And they'll just be covering the games like almost like a red zone, but you can't do a red zone. But, I believe, like I said, I think what you're going to see is power plays and fights, the highlights kind of live action, and then the end of the games, I think, is what will be the key. Every 15 minutes, they'll be saying, like, well, here's a 1-goal game. Let's get you out there type of thing. Kraken and the Red Wings here in this one. Oh, gosh, you guys. If I could be a master of the computer, I guess I'd still be handicapping. What am I talking about? All right, Kraken here against the Red Wings in this one. Red Wings, $1.33 at home here. I don't know if I trust either of these teams really in this one necessarily. With this price, we're looking at Grubauer. Let's take a look at these goalies. Grubauer and Bill Husso here in this one. Looks pretty good. Detroit off to that great start. Man, Detroit, another team, kind of like Montreal, former great team. Well, Detroit probably more great. Montreal really great, then Detroit was great. But for them to be off right now to this kind of start is really, really great for a great franchise like the Red Wings, especially having suffered here, of late. But 5-1, 6-0 on the puck line. Congratulations, Detroit. This has been nothing short of amazing. They probably need to move up ahead of some of these teams right now. We'll see if this is real, but feels pretty good because they're getting good goaltending and good defense. They've gone under in 5 of their 6 games, but here's the thing, over in 5 of their 6 games. But still, they've had, good goaltending with Husso. He's got a 90% save percentage. I'm expecting him in there today. He's 3-1. Grubauer's 0-4. He's stopping 89.5%, but Seattle having more issues offensively here. And I think that's kind of been the problem. In fact, they've gone under in 4 of their 5 games. 5 of their 6 games, Seattle has gone under. So in this one, for me, let's see. I have a play from you guys already. Lassie's going to be he's on the Red Wings here at minus $1.45-ish. Neither goalie is quite confirmed. Neither goalie is confirmed yet. So for me here, let's see, at $1.45-ish, that might be sneaking up just a little bit too high. I don't know. Well, you know what? It's down, right? Let me look at the latest line. I think we can fairly bring this one down to $1.35 or so. It looks like it's a more widely used number at this point with these two teams. So, all right. I'm going to probably have to take Seattle, I think, to try to end this, man. I want to try to get on Seattle. Brent says Kraken, but I'll probably pass. Fernando on the over. He'll lean the Kraken here in this one. And, man, the puck line price is terrible. Should have better plays on the with this card the way it is. Look, there's a lot of 6.5s out there on this game, And for me, if I'm going to see a 6.5 out there, I know there are some sixes, right? Bovada's 6/20. I'm going to take the under as my free play with the Kraken and the Red Wings. I cannot get on a side here, I'm afraid, you guys. So just give me the under in this one. Look, for one team's going over and one team's going under, and it's at Detroit. Now, Detroit has been going over as a home favorite 6 of their last 8 games dating back to last year, but the Kraken had obviously some scoring issues. So 6.5 under. It might even be juiced to more than $1.15 now, because it feels like the move is slightly on the under, and that maybe you're going to have to lay even $1. DraftKings 6.5 flat, so it's not even juiced to the under. That's good enough for me. Let's take under Seattle and Detroit. Bruins, Blackhawks. NHL pick here for Tuesday on the Frozen Frenzy. All right, do I have Olmark and Mrazek going in this one? Looks like it. Check all the goalie notes here. And yeah, I think that's safe to say. Here comes the Boston Bruins. Uh, were they the outside top contender for the Stanley Cup title? Well, maybe they're just a top contender now with their 5-0 start this season, including 3-0 on the road. Taking on the Blackhawks, it's been a nice start with a couple of wins so far. NHL did them no favors, sent the kid out on the road to start the season. They came back, and I think it's a positive for Chicago to win 2 of their first 5 games on the road. Did they come back and lose to Vegas? Yeah, they lost to Vegas, but for the most part, I think they were, hanging in there. I thought that it was a decent effort in that one for Chicago. But I know where I'm headed with this one. And well, look, the totals is it going to be 6? I'm sure it is going to be 6. We've seen Chicago with, unfortunately, some scoring issues at this point. I'm even showing Bovada down to 5.5 over 20 right now. So I'm sure most of this is juiced to the under here already. Yeah, I better be fair about it. Better put at least $1. I'll put $1.20 on there if I'm seeing a 5.5. Let me go ahead and at least put 6 under 20, maybe just to be fair about it, because I'm going under in this game. Kind of like it as a premium actually, but I'm just not sure on the side. I don't want to give anything out necessarily with the Blackhawks and the Boston playing so good. If anything, 225 almost looks doable to a certain extent. I want Chicago to be better. I've said they will be better. I believe they will be better. But you are playing a red hot team right here in Boston. Playing a red hot team in Boston, meaning in the Boston Bruins, but it's in Chicago. Brent and Doubles, remember, Doubles representing our Chicago crew here in this one. Like I said, I'm high on them. I'm happy for them. I think it's all good news for Chicago kind of moving forward. I'll take the under, though, in this one with Boston and Chicago. The Blackhawks, look, I'm sure that Bedard is going to go on to be one of the greatest scorers in NHL history. He'll probably finish at, I know I've said it every time we talk about the Blackhawks, and I'll stop saying it soon, but in case anybody hasn't been on every show, I mean, these type of prospects never miss. Can you tell me one that hasn't, right? The guys who come along in the junior ranks and they say these guys are going to be superstars. Well, you know what? They eventually do become, they are. He already is a superstar, even if he looks like he's 14 years old. But it's still a learning curve. They're still not scoring very many goals. There's probably pressure, on Bedard at this point still every game. But I will try the under here, especially at 6. Figure it's still a little bit of a problem. Yeah, are they at home? Yeah, that's good. Could that help? Maybe. But I will take the under 6 goals here with Boston and the Blackhawks today. Really prefer to buy it even up to 6.5 at minus $1.60 or so would be the preferred play. But want to give everything out as close to the pick'em line as possible. So I'm giving you the under here today. Bruins and Blackhawks. The Blues are going to take on the Winnipeg Jets. A big favorite here is Winnipeg at $1.80, maybe even $1.85. The total 6.5. Oh, 6 over. Yeah, mostly 6 over 20. I'd say I do see 6.5 under 20 at a very sharp book here in Vegas. But the Jets here are going to be a big favorite with Hellebuck in net and Bennington. Neither of these goalies are confirmed yet. Let's check around, maybe with other sites to see if there's any goalie information here, but it does feel like these two are probably expected to be in net. There we go. Oh, gosh. Oh, you guys. All right. In this one, with the Blues and the Jets, there was some reported steam that came in. Let me get that for you while we were on the show. So that's what I'm trying to fool around here with and make sure, because there was reported that under steam. That's why we're seeing that 5.5. Okay, I see it here now. Steam did come in on the under here while we've been on the show here today. Let me see what time that came in. And it was, want to say just 5 minutes or right when we went on the air, the steam rolled in on the under in this game between the Blues and the Jets. And, well, I don't know. For me, I think that's the way that I was kind of looking. Maybe I'm just not quite ready to pull the trigger just yet. I like the Jets in this game to take care of business. I'll probably have to lay the puck line here. If it's going to be minus 180 or so. What's the puck line on the Jets? Plus $1.37. That's pretty good. That's pretty great. I do like the Jets, and I'm going to play them on the money line. Hey, it's a free plays here on the show. Doesn't mean I won't sprinkle something on the puck line as well. I will try to get it a little bit off of here. Of course, a popular play that I don't use here on the show that you guys have kind of used, and it's not available. The reason why I'm going to give out $1.80 is because on Tony's picks, for example, when I give out a premium, there's not an option for regulation only. This to me looks like a regulation only type of player. That will get your price down considerably. Got to be honest. A lot of times when a game ends in regulation and the line is still the same going to the 3, unless I think I have a 3-on-3 advantage, I'm out of there on almost any play. I don't want a full unit bet coming down unless I like that team's penalty shot, their shooters in overtime and stuff. If I feel like I still have an advantage if it's a closely rated play, for example. But the variance of a shootout is so great that and even some overtime in a way. You want to know your personnel, you want to know how you feel about it. But I have no hesitation. I don't like to wait around for a shootout with a full unit play, and I'm like, in a rando situation. If I like the goalie, if I like the teams that are coming in for the shootout, then I'm more apt to let it ride a little bit, or I'll buy off some of it. But I don't want to really be in a full unit play in a shootout. A lot of times I'm out of there with live betting. I know not everybody sits around watching the games all day, but I do. just I want to mention something here. Let me get this game out of the way though. Here, some breaking steam has just come in on a game we've already talked about. So get ready. Some steam coming in on a game we talked about. It's a interesting, significant game. All right, here in this one with the Blues on the road against the Jets. And I will take the Jets here on the money line against the Blues in this one. Let's see it. Wanted to break it down a little bit here at $1.80. We don't need to get too much into necessarily some of the trends necessarily in this matchup, but maybe just want to look at the goalies, make sure it's right. Yeah. Everybody's pretty much on with everyone pretty much lockstep with Binnington and Hellebuck. Winnipeg 2-3 on the season. St. Louis 2-1. Maybe they need to be moved up in their ranking a little bit as well. Coming in here, Winnipeg, not necessarily in a good way. Those two win. They were on a losing streak. Remember, certainly at the end of last season. Well, not a losing streak. I mean, they played Vegas in that series. Remember, they ended up losing 4 straight games. So I guess that's why they're on a losing streak. Ramon, remember that? So, all right, not gonna get too much into it here. Hellebuck, 2-2 so far, 88% save percentage. Binnington's been outstanding with 96% save percentage, and he is undefeated here. But I'm going to try the Jets. I think they're probably favored here for a reason. We'll see. I know no one believes in Binnington long term. He's still pretty decent here. Here we go in this one right now with the Oilers and the Wild. The frozen frenzy continues here all day and all night. Let's see if these are our goalies today with Skinner here. Oh, there's the goalie noise. There's the goalie alert. So we may be getting some more additional information on goalie statuses here. As the goalie information rolls in. All right. For this matchup with Skinner and Fleury, I feel like it's Skinner and Fleury. I am showing the one site showing still Campbell versus Gustafson. Could we really see those guys? I don't know. Let's stick with Skinner and Fleury right now and see what's going on in this one. You have Edmonton off to a rocky start, no doubt about it. A 1-3 record thus far does not feel good. They've given away 2.25 units so far this season. Minnesota with a 2-2 record thus far. They have shootout loss, a 2-2-1, I guess. So shootout loss to Columbus last time out, 5-4, and they also lost to the Kings. They've won on the road against Montreal. Have the Wild. I think I'm probably just going to lean over in this one. Minnesota's 10-4-3 to the over as a favorite dating back to last season in their last 17 games. Edmonton 6-2 to the over their last 8 games on the road. Minnesota 4-1 to the over so far this season. And if we do have Skinner against Fleury, I would think Skinner, he's looked bad. I mean, he's looked like one of the worst goalies so far to me. Did he make a nice save? Made a nice save the other night when I was watching. I couldn't believe it, but he's got the lowest save percentage certainly of any goalie that has a couple of starts so far. Brent's going to take the Wild in this one. And just give me the over here. If, like I said, Skinner definitely worried at this point. 48 saves on 59 shots. Uh, that is bound to improve just out of the law of averages, but I'll take the over here in this matchup. Edmonton just 2-2 so far to the over, uh, but I will mention last season. Of course, these two teams met last season 4 times, and there were 6 goals, 8 goals, 7 goals, and 3 goals. Give me the over. This is the Oilers and the Wild. Vancouver and the Nashville Predators. Predators at home here, favored in this one. Now, there has been some reported steam that came in here in this one. And it came in on the under here, under 6.5. So for me, with Nashville and Vancouver, $1.15 currently here for Nashville. Closely rated game, obviously, in this one. And I'm showing for the goalies here. Yeah, feels like Demko. Oh, I don't have Nashville's goalie. I'm thinking Saros, actually. Let me at least pencil him in there. And then see if this total has been on the move at all with these two teams. Yeah, maybe it's 6.5 over favored now, at least by $1.15, if not even $1.20. That's a pretty significant move, actually, to the over in this one. And with the goalies here, Demko, no, neither goalie is confirmed here at this point, with Demko going up against Saros. But let's see, you do have Saros so far. He's made 6 starts so far this season with a 3-3 record, 2.49 goals against, and does have 1 shutout. For Demko, a 1-2 record, 2.56 goals against, and a 93% save percentage. We've definitely seen plenty of action from the Sharps, it feels like, in this matchup. For me, I'm going to end up pulling the trigger here on the Nashville Predators at minus $1.20. I was actually considering the over in this game. The price maybe is too high. The steam came in on the under, but the price has continued to move somewhat higher. Let me see here. Just going to need further investigation now on the total. I thought I was going premium. I still might, but let me just take Nashville here at home. I'm not going to be able to trust Vancouver on the road here at this point. Nashville, do they have some things they need to fix here? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but Vancouver's not doing anything special either at this point. And this price looks very affordable here, even if it is a little higher than this. Let me go ahead and give myself the highest price possible. Make sure you feel comfortable at the window if you're going to play it with me. And I'm going to take the Preds here with Ray. Brent's passing. He says there's 16 games, Ramon. You don't have to play every game. Yes, I do. And premiums, I'm going to be firing, no doubt. Looking forward to the premium action here. with the Rangers and the Flames. And the steam came in when we were just coming on here with the Flames, quite frankly, taking the steam in this one, no doubt. They are up to maybe even $1.05 or so. The Rangers still slightly favored here. But the Flames definitely taking the steam here in this one. And man, I was all about it. And I still might be all about it. Look, they can't be this bad, can they? At this point, Calgary. Now, look, it is just 2-3. I mean, there's not, I'm not saying there's a panic yet necessarily in this situation. It's just that I have some concerns about the way this Calgary team has looked. So, in this one, it looks like Markstrom against Igor. Feels like the matchup that everyone is pointing at in net. And let me make sure. Oh, for sure. Okay, the Rangers coming in 3-2, 2-1 on the road for New York thus far. They have gone under in 4 of their last 5 games, but I don't know if I'm necessarily feeling an under here tonight. No reports of any widely reported steam, but the total I've seen drop here at Bovada's at a 6. I don't know if it's dropped. Maybe I show 6 and some juice 6.5 unders. What is it mostly? Because total here I'm showing 6 at Circa, 6 under at Bet Online, 6 at Bovada. It's 6 pretty much across the board. So let's go ahead and give out Calgary. I might be interested in that total over here. I don't know. I'm going to give out Calgary, though, as my play here on the show. Brent's going to go with the Flames in this one. And I'm going to go with them, too. The Islanders, I tell you, it's funny because they really have done well when playing West Coast teams. At least they were, remember late last season, they kind of came out and won some games. And how'd they do? Let's see. They beat Seattle 4-1 already. And from here they go at Calgary, at Edmonton, at Vancouver, at Winnipeg. This is going to be a series to watch for the Rangers, I think, in this one. For Igor, he's 2-2 with an 88% save percentage. And for Markstrom, a couple of losses so far with a 90.5% save percentage. But I got to think Calgary. I'm going to take Calgary in this one against the Rangers here. Calgary, actually, it's been a series they've done very well in the series against the Rangers. Let's just put it that way. Calgary won. They only play twice a year, so kind of hard. But Calgary won last year at the Rangers in February 3-2 in overtime. They've actually won 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams. Calgary has won. So it's a little bit long term. So I don't know if there's much into that, but since they play just twice a year. But like I said, one thing about those type of situations is that the travel is the same. So sometimes the teams get in little niches or ruts, and that's why they maybe excel at some venues and then have trouble at some others. Accommodations, practice times, whatever can throw your team off every time, I would say. The Coyotes are going to take on the Rangers tonight in Los Angeles. And Arizona is going to be the Kings are a $2 favorite here against the Coyotes. I'm not too interested in laying it with the Kings necessarily. I will say this: just moments ago, might have heard one of the steam play in the background was the Kings total came in on the under, and that's a big deal. Just happened just moments ago. looks like we're still dealing with 6.5 for the most part across the board, but it's going to be juiced. I think you're going to find to the under right now. For me, I'm going to take the Coyotes on the puck line here. Yeah, against my Kings, but uh, plus 1.5 at minus $1.50 or so. I'm going to take the Coyotes. I've been impressed so far with the way things are going for Arizona, no doubt. They're Look, I'm not good enough to know they were going to be improved. I had to read all the magazines and previews, and I still don't understand necessarily how Arizona is supposed to be improved this year. Um, I'm not skilled enough in the execution or the fine of those fine points. I've watched games forever. All that, but Arizona, for whatever they've fulfilled the expectations. It feels like they're also 4-1 against the puck line, which is something to note. Uh, Arizona on the road, couple of wins already so far. They are 3-2. Vejmelka, if he is in there, 95% save percentage. He is one of the reasons why Arizona will be good. I rate Vejmelka pretty highly, maybe higher than most. But I think it's kind of proven right now that he is established as one of the better starters. Feels like to me in the league at this point, and he keeps you in the keeps the Arizona in the game. Now Cam Talbot, has he been a surprise? Yeah, I think so. It's funny because Phoenix Copley got in there last year and was lights out, right? I mean, basically you're picking up a guy that you didn't expect much from, and he got on a nice little roll, and he did a nice job for the Kings. But he's not getting. They're going with Talbot for whatever reason here. So road teams done very well in this series, um, winning 12 of the last 14, 12 of the last 16 meetings. So some of that has been the Kings in Arizona, but LA 4-1 to the over thus far, despite that steam that came in. I have a feeling that the steam is going to come in on the under, and the sharps are still going to go over. And if they keep steaming it, so if it does steam down to 6, I'm probably going to be going over. I'm probably going to be going over if it's a reasonable price on 6. It probably would maybe 6 over 20 or so, but that might change it for that could change it for me. So I'm just going to lay off the total right now and try Arizona here on the road. Uh, has LA gotten a little bit too big for their britches, so to speak? I don't know just yet. It's still only 2 wins. They just looked so good in those 2 road games, and the way the expectations were kind of high, it was like they kind of were fulfilling them immediately after a couple of rough starts at home. But LA, they went on the road to beat Winnipeg 5-1. They beat Minnesota 7-3, and they've lost all the home games so far. Sometimes you're a little goofy, and that could happen here tonight. I'm going to take Arizona against my Kings. All right, the Flyers and the Golden Knights. And this one, Golden Knights going to be a huge favorite here. I don't know if it's a 230. I think it's actually gone down. I think it has actually gone down in this one. Maybe not on some steam. Now, this one is going to be at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific time. So just note the time change here a little bit. With this matchup, late night with the Knights at home here in Vegas. Hey, what other city can you go with the 8 p.m. start, right? It's kind of like a Celine Dion concert starting at 10 p.m. Okay, so the Golden Knights are down to mostly a $2 favorite here in this one, I would say, as the move has definitely been on the Flyers. That was my first inclination, certainly. This total has gone down. Is this some steam that's come in on this game for the total? Let me check that out. I did not think it was. But indeed, there was some widely reported steam that came on in this game. Yeah, there was, no doubt about it. Does that take away some of the value that I was looking for in there? Yeah, probably. But I was definitely looking to the under in this game between the Knights and the Flyers coming in. Goalie situation tonight looks like indeed Hart and Hill. For, let's see here. Is there a play from you guys already? I'm glad I got you, Brent. It's just you and me and Ray pretty much willing to make picks on the record. That might make the consensus plays a little easier if I ever figure out how we're going to do that. All right. Hart, Hill, neither confirmed. Hill's been absolutely done. Vegas has been terrific. They're 6-0 so far. We know that with a 3-0 record so far at home. All these teams, you figure it's going to come to an end, but when type of situation for these undefeated teams. I definitely was at first leaning Philadelphia, but I'm not so sure now that I'm getting a reduced price. I would almost want to switch necessarily to Vegas here in this one, and maybe just lay a $2 money line. I don't know. I mean, Vegas, they won 44 of their last 60 games, I think, dating back to last season. Flyers, this has been a great start for them. 3 wins so far for a team that's won just 18 of their last 69 games on the road, and they already have 2 wins, or 1 win on the road thus far. They did a lot of their damage at home. For Hill, he's got a 93.5 save percentage so far this season. Carter Hart, he has been in net for all 3 victories so far, and he has a 93% save percentage. I probably trust this move to the under, actually, and I might look to go under here, but for me, I think Vegas might feel like the side to me tonight. If they're going to keep this rolling, you're going to find, if you're first hearing me for the first time on hockey, Flyers are not one of my team. I like the Flyers actually as a team, but I know them all too well, and they are constantly a disappointment. That's why this 3 wins so far is just terrific. Well, good job, Flyers. Take the Knights here. I'll just lay $2. I mean, sorry, you guys. I'll sprinkle the puck line here a little bit as well tonight, but willing to lay $2 here on the free show. I can, I like when they say, "Oh, really going out on a limb there on the free show." Hey, do what I want to do.